what's going on? I'm Chris E. Lewis. Welcome to my channel where today we're going to talk about how to actually achieve your goals. I got 3 tips for you to help you maintain sustained growth, whether you're trying to grow in your career, your spiritual growth, your relationships. I believe no matter what area it is, these 3 tips will help you today. Look, we all want to achieve our goals, right? We all want to keep moving forward to have sustained growth in our lives. But sometimes we overcomplicate it with process. Now, don't get me wrong, process can be helpful, but sometimes we put more focus on our process than we do our target. And when we do that, the process becomes restricting and can actually prevent us from accomplishing our goals. And so today I just want to simplify and I want to focus on the 3 most important things to help us reach our goal. And that is clarity, consistency, and contingency. So let's start with clarity. Clarity is when we zero in on what we're really trying to accomplish. Look, there's a lot of really wonderful things that you could accomplish, a lot of really wonderful goals that you could aim for and reach for, but which ones are most important? Which goals are most in alignment with your skill set and your passion? Those are the goals that we need to really clarify and zero in on and determine, I'm going to do this. This is what I'm going to accomplish. This is what I'm best suited to accomplish. We need to identify our goals and then focus everything we have towards reaching those goals, right? And the beautiful thing is once we clarify our goals, we now can eliminate dozens, if not hundreds, of tasks or other things that are vying for our time and responsibility. We can eliminate those, right? Because we're not aiming for those. Those aren't going to help me reach my clarified and specific goal. So we need to clarify our goal and know what we're moving towards. And the question we can ask ourselves to help us clarify our goal is simply this: What target do I want to move toward? What is the target I want to move toward? And once we answer that question, we can move into the next area. When we have clarity, the next part is consistency. Once we know where we're going, we have to make sure that we're consistently moving forward, right? We have to consistently take steps in the right direction. Don't wait for perfection to move forward. Don't wait to take your next step until you have everything in alignment, until you know all of the answers. If you wait until everything's perfect, you're not going to take the next step. I'm trying to get this YouTube channel off the ground, and I'm working on zeroing in and clarifying what I'm working towards, but even as I'm working to zero in, I'm taking steps. This isn't perfect yet. I'm still trying different setups and different locations and trying to figure different things out, right? My home studio, and right now I'm actually in my office, but my studio is not what I want it to be yet. You know what? That's okay. I'm not waiting until everything's perfect, exactly how I want it to be. I'm not waiting until I'm a professional and I'm in the end game and everything's crisp and polished. I'm just beginning. I'm just taking that next step. I'm trying to be consistent in what I'm aiming for and trying to accomplish. And the question we need to ask ourselves about consistency is this: Am I consistently moving forward? We have to ask that question, because if we're not consistently moving forward, we might have found that we've started to drift or that we've stalled completely. And here's the thing about progress. Progress is not static. If we stop moving forward, a week, a month, 2 months, 3 months, usually we can't just pick up where we left off. A lot of times we find that we've naturally drifted backwards, or some progress and momentum that we've had has stalled because we stopped our consistency. And we have to be consistent, because that momentum it's so hard to get going, but once it stops, it's like we have to start all over again. If we could keep it going, though, we save so much time and so much effort and energy as well. So we naturally start to move backwards, or we naturally start to drift. But if we remain consistent, then we can stay on target. And that's right there is the next one, right? We have to be clear what we're moving towards. We have to focus on clarity. We got to focus and put our energy into consistency. And the next one is contingency. And that's because we have to be willing to adapt and make small changes as we realize we're drifting off course. We naturally drift. That it's a part of being human. I'm sorry, you're not going to be perfect every time for everything you set out. You're going to drift. You're going to make some mistakes along the way. You're going to realize you're putting energy into things that aren't working. And when that happens, we have to pause, we have to evaluate, and we have to make small changes along the way, right? As my knowledge increases, the different things that I'm doing on this channel, the different ways that I'm setting things up or titling things or trying to figure out the keywords and YouTube SEO and all of this stuff that I don't know that much about, right? But as I'm learning, my strategy is going to naturally change. It's my contingencies. I'm making adaptations, small changes along the way. Now, you don't want to stop and change everything, because that's a problem, but you can make small adjustments along the way to keep you on the right track. And the thing is, if you deviate from the path, if you walk the wrong way, no matter how clear or no matter how consistent you are, if what you're doing isn't working, you can be as clear and consistent as you want. You're not going to achieve your goals if what you're doing isn't working. So we have to pause. We have to evaluate from time to time. Am I still moving towards the goal that I'm wanting to move toward? And this is the thing. Most of you, maybe you've heard this illustration before, but if you're traveling long distances and you're 1 degree off, if you travel a short distance, that 1 degree doesn't matter too much. But the farther you go, the greater that degree matters, the more significant that difference becomes. Right? If you're traveling across the country of the United States and you're 1 degree off, you're going to end up about 42.6 miles away from your destination, which maybe isn't that big a deal unless you have to walk, and then it becomes a problem. But if you're traveling from the Earth to the sun and you're 1 degree off, you're going to end up 1.6 miles away from the sun. I'm sorry, 1.6? No, 1.6 million miles away from the sun. Now, I don't want you to go to the sun because you'll get burned to a crisp and die, and that's terrible. But if you were trying to get there and you're 1 degree off, that 1.6 million miles is really a problem in your life. And the bigger your goals, the greater it is that you're trying to achieve, that 1 degree difference, the more significant it becomes. So it's really important that we make adjustments along the way, that we follow those contingencies and we really make those small changes to make sure we're going the right track. So that's the question. The question is, what small changes do I need to make to keep consistently moving toward my target? Look, I want you to reach your goals. I want you to be successful. So I just want to challenge you and encourage you to just commit to the process and really focus on clarity, right? Asking the question, what is the target I want to move toward? Focus on consistency, right? Am I consistently moving forward? And focus on contingency. What small changes do I need to make to consistently move toward my target? If you do that, just focus on those 3 things. I promise you, you will be 1 step closer to reaching your goal every single day. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to this channel for more content to encourage you in your daily pursuit. If you want to connect with me on Instagram, it's at Chris E. Lewis. And if you're looking for just more devotional content to help you in your daily pursuit, then you can find that at my website, chriselewis.com. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you in the next video.